Jim, it ends in a 1-0 defeat away to Kings Lynn. I think on the whole, a draw would have been probably been a fair result, but we come away with nothing.
Yeah, probably. You know, it's a long journey down. All your preparation, everything, it just hinges on one decision, really. I thought we played some good stuff first half at times. We've had the best chance. Two teams, competitive teams going at it. I just thought there was certain things that happened in the game that left me a bit baffled. I've listened to Adam, the manager, speaking around officials. I'm not blaming the official, but there just seemed to be loads of little 50-50s given their way, and then there'd be something absolutely bizarre that happened, and he'd give it, you know, the opposite way. It was just a bit weird in that regards, and there was loads of jumping in, there was loads of contact, there was loads of share pulling all game, and then it hinged on that 80th minute with the penalty with Kieran Quansah. Now, the only thing I seen is that the ball was over it. You could hear the frustration in the crowd that the corner, if it was a corner, wasn't it, or free kick, was over it, and it looked like it was just sailing out the back. It looked like it took one or two bounces, goes out for a throw into us, and the next thing, there's a little half appeal and there's a penalty. So let's just see it back. I know referees, their jobs are difficult, but when there was that much, you know, our centre halves going for the head and centre forwards jumping in and nothing being given, there was time Marcus Carver's had the shirt ripped off his back, and you know, you're looking at it thinking, well, nothing's getting given, and then suddenly that one moment, that's what the whole game hinged on. For me, probably haven't done enough to win it. Having said that, we looked the better side first half. We had a couple of good opportunities. The one that fell to Dave Morgan was a great move. Unfortunately, just went the wrong side of the post for us. I thought if we would have got our nose in front here today, with the run that they've been on, it could have been, you know, an easier afternoon in regards to mentality, momentum, crowd, all those things that when a team, certainly a full-time club, are struggling with 4 defeats on the spin. But we couldn't get that all-important goal. Probably better off first half looking for that. Second half, weather become worse, windy, rainy, pitch started cutting up, couple of little mistakes in both sides. Huffed and puff one end, a little bit of huff and puff and a little scramble at the other end. And as I say, there was nothing there. And if you come away with a 0-0, it's great. It's been a good exercise in regards that we want to win every game. But certainly when you come away from home, you want to be hard to beat. And if you take a point, you take a point. It is what it is. So it looked like it was going to fizzle out of that. They've changed their formation today. We've stuck what we've done the last week. I just identified the likes of Coulson hasn't played much in their back line. Looked like he was getting a bit tired, and we just took a midfielder off, put a forward on to try and, you know, get after him a little bit and maybe go and win the game in the last 20 minutes when we looked quite fresh. And then they've changed the shape off the back of that and took Coulson off and gone to a back four. So a little bit of a tactical trade-off in regards to a little bit of formations and shapes, but ultimately, both sets of players have had a right go. We've just said that to the players in there. We've committed. We've given our absolute all. Did we deserve to lose? Probably not. Did we deserve to win? Probably not. Fair result. Would have been probably a board draw 0-0 in difficult conditions. But as we say, it hinged on one decision. Unfortunately, that went against us today. So, as I say, I'm not going to blame the referee because I haven't seen it back, so I haven't got an opinion on that. It just seemed, as I say, there's a lot of share pulling and physical contact today. So why would we getting called on that moment when, if the lad looked like he was going to get his head on it, it's a different story. But the fact that it was going right out the back stick, and I could hear the frustration in the crowd that it was. So unfortunately, we lose the game, but we've got to go again on Tuesday night.
Do you think maybe one thing that we've been good at in recent weeks has been killing teams off the likes of Warrington while we're on top, but this week, maybe when we were on top in spells, we just didn't quite create that opening for ourselves?
We haven't been as free-flowing or created the opportunities, you know, that we did, obviously, against Warrington last week. But there was evidence there. There was still good play on a difficult pitch. You know, that move for Dave Morgan to get through, we cut them wide open. We got Morgan into the box on the angle, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Again, we'll have to see it back. He's honest, Morgs, one of the most honest we've got. And he took the shot on, it's gone past the post, unfortunately. It looked like it could have been squared. It's all hindsight. But that was the one moment where you think, you know, on other times we got in. But we weren't, as I say, it just become a bit of a strangle, if you like, both sets of players. trade off in formations. They're playing three at the back, we're playing three at the back. And then the last 20 minutes, we just thought, like, we can get in here. Then they juggled their pack and we juggled ours, they juggled theirs. It was just one of them things, I say. It looked like it was going to fizzle out to a 0-0. And if I'm stood here now saying it was a 0-0, I would have been happy saying, yeah, difficult place to come. Obviously not in great form, but they're a full-time outfit, one of the fancied sides. They're putting everything into the game to try and get back to winning ways. It's a long journey. Coaches left the ground at 8:15. We've had the midweek game, they haven't. So you look at it and think a point would have been fair, but not to be. That's sometimes, like I said in there, you don't always get what you deserve in football. And I thought we deserved the point today, but it's not to be.
It's just all about how we respond on Tuesday night now, isn't it? It's a massive game away at Curzon Ashton, and we always can expect tough games, but it's them especially, they're high flying. What can we expect from that game?
Very much so. Curzon have done really well. Last season they were good. This season look like they've got better again. So yeah, the division's tough. There's no but like the chairman said, we want to be competitive. We're better this season. We've proven that so far. We're not always going to win. We let our guard down a little bit against Peter, but then we've bounced back in the cup competitions. Up until that moment, we're doing really well. We've brought to 5th in the league. The league is that tight. As I say, probably a fair result would have been a 0-0 draw today. But it is how you bounce back. I think their game's been postponed or abandoned at half-time. So again, they'll get that extra 45 minutes rest. Will the pitch be playable? All those things we've got to take into consideration. Our long journey. So yeah, it is. I'm proud of the lads because they've got a great spirit. I said from day one, whenever you represent a football club, there's non-negotiables. And one of them is you empty the tank, you're competitive, you compete, you have a go. And that's what we've done today. The fans, our fans who've travelled, have been brilliant, clapped us off there. We've gone over and clapped them because we appreciate it is a long way to come. We appreciate the support and the backing from them. It wasn't today to be for us. So unfortunately, we lose the game, but it is how we bounce back. They're all difficult games, certainly away from home. No more difficult than the likes of Curzon away on Tuesday night. But football being the way it is, we're confident in our own ability, and we could easily go there and get a result. So that's our mentality going into Tuesday night's game, and it'll be exactly the same come Saturday against Marine when we're back at home as well.
Thank you.